In part 2 of Making Diddy, the journey of Sean Diddy Combs. We cover the legal controversies surrounding him. Let's begin with the 90s, a time when Diddy and Bad Boy Records were coming into their prime. In 1997, Combs was sued for landlord neglect by Ing Bongo. Combs denied the charges, but there were no records on the case outcome. On April 15, 1999, shortly after the music video for Nouse's Hate Me Now aired on MTV featuring Combs being crucified, he and two others burst into Nouse's former manager, Steve Stout's office, and attacked him. Stout sued Combs in June 1999, resulting in Combs paying him an out-of-court settlement of $500,000. Originally charged with assault for the event, Combs pled guilty on September 8, 1999, to a charge of harassment and was sentenced to spend 1 day in an anger management class. On December 27, 1999, Combs, his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, and his protege rapper Shine were at Club New York in Times Square in Manhattan when gunfire broke out. A prosecutor said that the incident was sparked by an argument at the club between Combs and another patron. After a police investigation, Combs and Shine were arrested for weapons violations and other charges. Combs was charged with 4 weapons-related crimes and with bribing his driver, Wardell Fenderson, to claim ownership of his gun. With a gag order in place, the highly publicized trial began. Combs' attorneys were Johnny L. Cochran Jr. and Benjamin Braffman. Combs was found not guilty on all charges. Shine was convicted on 5 of his 8 charges and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Combs and Lopez broke up shortly after. A lawsuit filed by Fenderson, who said he suffered emotional damage after the shooting, was settled in February 2004. Lawyers for both sides, having agreed to keep the settlement terms secret, said the matter had been resolved to the satisfaction of all parties. In 2003, the National Labor Committee revealed that factories producing the Sean John clothing brand in Honduras were violating Honduran labor laws. Among the accusations were that workers were subjected to body searches and involuntary pregnancy tests. Bathrooms were locked and access tightly controlled. Employees were forced to work overtime and were paid sweatshop wages. Charles Kernigan of the National Labor Committee told the New York Times that Sean Puff Daddy obviously has a lot of clout. He can literally do a lot overnight to help these workers. Combs responded with an extensive investigation, telling reporters, "I'm as pro-worker as they get." On February 14, 2004, Kernigan announced that improvements had been implemented at the factory, including adding air conditioning and water purification systems, firing the most abusive supervisors, and allowing the formation of a labor union. Also in 2003, Kirk Burroughs sued Combs, claiming that he had forced him to give up his shares in Bad Boy Records through threats of violence. In 2006, the case was dismissed because the statute of limitations had expired. In November 2005, London-based musical artist and DJ Richard Dearlove, who had been performing under the name Diddy since 1992, 9 years before Combs started using even P. Diddy, sought an injunction in the High Court of Justice in London. He accepted an out-of-court settlement of £10,000 in damages and more than £100,000 in costs. Combs can no longer use the name Diddy in the UK, where he is still known as P. Diddy. An assault charge against Combs filed by Michigan television host Rogelio Mills was resolved in Combs's favor in 2005. In August 2007, Gerard Rechnitzer sued Combs for battery after claiming Combs had punched him outside a Hollywood nightclub. Rechnitzer claimed he was attacked after he approached Combs while the rap mogul was talking to his girlfriend. Combs settled the lawsuit for undisclosed terms in March 2008. In March 2008, the Los Angeles Times claimed that the Biggie Smalls and Combs orchestrated the 1994 robbery and shooting of Tupac, substantiating the claim with supposed FBI documents. The newspaper later retracted the story, acknowledging that the documents had been fabricated. Dexter Isaac, an associate of record management executive Jimmy Henchman, confessed in 2012 that he had shot Tupac on Henchman's orders. In June 2015, Combs was arrested for aggravated assault after an altercation with his son's football coach at University of California, Los Angeles. On July the 2nd, the assault charges were dropped due to lack of evidence. In May 2017, Cindy Ruella, who previously served as Combs' personal chef, filed a lawsuit against Combs in LA County Superior Court, claiming, among other things, sexual harassment and retaliation. The lawsuit was settled for an undisclosed amount in February 2019. On February 6, 2021, Combs filed a $60 million lawsuit against the new owners of Sean John, claiming the firm used his likeness without his permission and fabricated quotes endorsing their new product line. In June 2023, Combs filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against Diageo, claiming that the spirits company deliberately kneecapped the marketing and sales of his Ciroc vodka and De Leon tequila labels. In January 2024, Combs voluntarily withdrew the lawsuit with prejudice and also severed the business relationship. On March 4, 2024, music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, who was already suing Combs for sexual assault, filed a lawsuit against Combs and his son Justin, alleging that they engaged in a massive cover-up of their involvement in the shooting of a 30-year-old man at a writers and producers camp, which was held at Combs' Chalice recording studio in Los Angeles in September 2022. On March 25, 2024, former Syracuse University basketball player and Combs associate Brendan Paul was arrested at the Opa-locka Airport in Miami-Dade County, Florida, on 2 charges of cocaine and controlled substance possession. He was released the next day after posting a $2,500 bond. Lil Rod has accused Paul of being Combs' drug mule in court documents. On November 16, 2023, Cassie Ventura, with whom Combs had a long-term relationship, filed a lawsuit against him accusing him of rape, sex trafficking, and physical abuse. The lawsuit also suggested that Combs was responsible for blowing up Ventura's then-boyfriend Kid Cudi's car. Combs and Ventura reached an undisclosed settlement the following day, and the lawsuit was dismissed. On November 23, 2023, 2 further lawsuits were filed against Combs by 2 additional complainants, alleging sexual assault and revenge porn. One of the lawsuits claimed that in 1990 or 1991, he and Aaron Hall had sexually abused a woman, with Combs recording the incident. On December 6, 2023, a lawsuit was filed in Manhattan District Court by a woman who alleges that Combs raped her in 2003 when she was 17 years old. That same day, Combs posted a response via social media, denying the allegations. In February 2024, a 5th lawsuit was brought against Combs when he was sued by music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones. The case alleges that Combs drugged and sexually assaulted Jones and also forced him to have sex with sex workers. A lawyer for Combs described the allegations as pure fiction. Combs' adult son, Justin, his chief of staff, Christina Coram, Universal Music Group CEO Sir Lucian Grange, and former Motown Records CEO Ethiopia Habtemariam were also named as defendants in Jones's lawsuit. On March 1, 2024, the plaintiff who sued Combs for the 2003 incident was ordered to disclose her identity. On March 25, 2024, properties tied to Combs in Los Angeles, New York, and Miami were raided by the Department of Homeland Security using a Southern District of New York search warrant related to an unspecified ongoing investigation. The BBC reported that the federal agents seized computers and other electronic devices. The Miami Herald reported that federal agents questioned Combs at the Opa-locka Airport on March 25th. The agents confiscated a number of electronic devices and cleared him to leave for a planned vacation to Antigua and Barbuda. On March 27, 2024, documents obtained by USA Today stated that Lil Rod, who amended his lawsuit on March 26, accused Combs of paying to keep sex workers. Actor Cuba Gooding Jr. was also named as a lawsuit co-defendant. Prince Harry and other famous figures were implied in the lawsuit to be associated with Combs to draw guests to his parties, but were not accused of any wrongdoing. Sean Diddy Combs and his lawyers deny these allegations, but the fallout has been significant, throwing Sean Combs' legacy into questions and scrutiny on his every word. The impact has been incredible. Join us for Part 3, covering the toll the controversies and allegations have taken on Sean Diddy Combs' life.